Men snart har vi 2 tilltalare. Ja, kanske ska prata lite engelska, sorry. So guys, I see you all are having a great time. I'm happy. But now, very soon, we will listen to 2 more talks from, first and foremost, Shamil Ahmed from Integrate UK, who's going to talk about changing choices and making waves, how boys and young men must be part of the new society.
So being up here, I feel very privileged because I can finally see everyone from a normal person's height, which is really nice. Right, so today I'm going to be talking about making waves. Now, this microphone is really weird. Is that my fault? Your beard. Oh, this is my beard. Yeah. Nice Islamophobic joke. Right, sorry. I'll behave. Right. Hi guys. Good evening, my name is Sham. I'm from the UK. But first of all, I just want to commemorate you guys for being so awesome. So give yourselves a round of applause first to begin. It's been so fun. Now, I also want to commemorate you guys. If you guys speak English and it's like your second, third, or fourth language, I'm pretty sure, English is my first language and you guys all speak English better than me. And that's really worrying, but also I'm really proud of you guys. But like, yeah, good on you guys. So I just want to talk about a little story. Now, when we talk about making waves, I want to talk about the story of the charity I work with called Integrate UK. Now, Integrate UK is obviously a UK-based charity, and it's made by young people for young people. And I just feel like seeing you guys over here, all these charities and all these companies and organizations, I just feel like we just met some family. This is like a family reunion to me, and I'm feeling the love. Yeah. A little round of applause, guys. Now, with this little talk, I've got 5 minutes, and I'm apparently supposed to motivate you guys, like the energy already isn't in the room. I need you guys to be interactive, so I'm going to be shouting out a lot of you. So I'm going to act like I'm a poet here, like you guys. I just want to feel a bit included right now and a bit loved. So if I do call you guys out, I just want you guys to applaud. Right, so I'm going to talk about a true story. So how Integrate UK started. Now, 10 years ago, in a state school in one of the most deprived areas of the UK, there was 4 terrified young girls who stayed after school to talk about why FGM was wrong. Now, just to give you a little bit of a vision into what 4 girls sound like, can my Integrate young people just make some noise? Just you guys. Woo! That's the sound of 4 people, right? And let's talk about making waves. We're getting there. Right, so now talking about FGM was strictly taboo. It wasn't allowed. Now these guys are super quiet. You know, like when your IT teacher walks by and you're playing games and then you suddenly change your page? Or when you tell your mum and dad that you're revising and you suddenly change your page when they're nearby? That's what these guys were like when they're talking about FGM. Now, these guys are only around 13, 14 years old. Super young, right? Nothing to be scared of. Talking about making waves, keep in mind, right? So, from these 4 guys, they started a massive organization, which we are today. We're getting there. Right, so the funny thing is about teenagers, am I right? When we're told we're not allowed to do something, we want to do it even more, right? We know what that's like, the forbidden fruit, there's something special. Now, with FGM, it was a no-go area, but girls would never talk about it, obviously because it's really taboo. Now, they started by writing a poem, and they wouldn't even discuss that poem with their own mother. And then, remember, these were 4 girls. As the story went on, we slowly expanded. We became a group of 12, and we had some guys join in. Now, guys are in this room. Can you guys give me a round of applause? Can you hear that? We're slowly making waves. The noise is getting louder. Now, following on from the poem, we made a documentary called Why. It was on British Broadcasting Channel, our main UK channel. Now, following on from that, after the FGM poem stuff, we had the distress call from the elders. You know, when elders started to get a bit, rowdy, they're like, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about this? Now, this wasn't just a small group of elders. We had 75 elders. Basically, we had a call of about 75 elders who come to stop us doing our work. Now, these girls had written permission from their own mums. From their own mums saying that they're allowed to do this work. Now, these elders from the community said they're not allowed. Is that going to slide, guys? A bit louder. Is that going to slide, guys? No. That's what I like to hear. Now, of course, our head teacher, wet himself. He was super scared, right? He told them that they're not going to make the film, but he secretly told us, you guys can carry on with the film, which is cool, I'll give him that, but then he quit. He quit, why? You know? And then, so the film that we were making from there was called Silent Scream. Obviously, that year was crazy. We had to be escorted by police to go from A to B. We had members of the community shook for us. We had the mothers really scared. But the police were on our side. They're good guys. But you know who the backlash was led by? A woman. And in the UK, we fondly refer to someone that does that as a snake. Or Judas, those kind of things. And we were super surprised. We were super, super surprised. Now, over the years, after Silent Scream, after our poems, after our BBC radio channel, we grew to a massive number. We'll follow on from that. We have lovely Muna that's with us. She's with Integrate, and she has gone on to form a group with the UK government called Youth for Change. We've gone to Brussels. We've gone to Washington. We've come to Sweden. Remember, 4 young people. Now, this is to show that youth groups, just like you guys over there, you lovely people at the front, we're making a change. This change is happening now. And this isn't just, oh yeah, you know, they're doing something fun to occupy their time. This is the actual change where our generation is actually saying, you know what, we're not going to let this slide anymore. We're getting boys with girls, making sure they stand up for women's rights. We're getting boys stand up for gender equality. Guys, the men that are in here, if you're standing up for gender equality, can you make some noise? And you guys hear the waves. Now, this is just to show that if you give anyone a platform, 4 young girls, a group of young Swedish teens, that you guys can make something happen. You guys can make a change to honour-based violence. You guys can make a change to FGM. That could be old news. You guys could be studying that in history rather than PSHE, rather than your science biology class, rather than in your healthcare course. That can be old news. Now, of course, we've had some beautiful support from policymakers, police, government. The elders here are on our side for once. Elders, make some noise! The reluctancy is amazing. Now, of course, the gender inequality isn't just the girls that are disadvantaged either. Guys, we do face it too. You know, we have the crisis of masculinity, we're faced by forced marriage and stuff like that. So we know that when we're fighting this battle, it isn't just for one party, it's for all of us. We're all doing this together. Now, I'm obviously a Muslim guy, if you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell. Now, as a Muslim, I'm very proud to say that I stand for gender equality, race equality, I stand for love. Muslims, make some noise. Woo! Making waves. I love this. Now, when I say that, it's funny because a lot of people make the stereotype that Muslims are angry people, that we don't stand for equality, but they know that we're really good cooks. And that's a positive stereotype. We like that one. But as a man who's wearing a big pink jumper, who's also very masculine, I can break that stereotype. And the fellas that are here today are breaking that stereotype because they're here to fight that gender inequality fight. They're here to fight against forced marriage. They're here to support our sisters, our mothers, our friends. They're here for that change. Now, remember, I think the question that I get asked all the time is how do we get men more involved in this fight? And that my answer will always be the same answer that I give to everyone when I talk about engagement. It's about education. It's about understanding why this is happening, understanding who it affects, understanding how it affects our loved ones. Now, I think that if you provide education, if you provide involvement, that is going to heal us. If you provide education, if you provide involvement, that's going to be progress. Now, remember when I said, if I can just remind you actually, integrate, my 4 young people. Can you guys make some noise? Just integrate. Woo! Now, everyone, can you stand up for me if you're able to? Can everyone stand up? Look towards the center of the room for me. If you're here to fight for solidarity and gender equality, make some noise. Woo! Thank you.